Hey everybody, Coach Chris, just coming at you with some more programming. Thanks for the grief on not sending out the this just in last week. I made it and I posted it to to YouTube, and those who are following me on YouTube, they saw it. They mentioned it to me. But no, I did not send out an email. That is totally my fault. It is probably that little detail as far as typing up the email that makes it a little more challenging. But Jamie was like, just post the link in your Sunday communications like you said you were going to. Valid. Very valid. So anyway, I'm going to post that link for last week's YouTube video and this one in Wodify. So use that. Kind of playing with some new things in Wodify. So what I'm doing this week is, well, there was some confusion with the 1 mile run on Thursday. We did 4 sets of 800-meter run last week, and underneath that I had put in your 1 mile max effort just so you could reference your split paces and stuff. So going forward, I made a new section in Wodify. It's called Movement Tracker. So you'll be able to look at the bottom of the Wodify workout page and be able to see and log any of the movements kind of associated with the workout, maybe embedded within the Metcon, or if I'm referencing a movement for the strength as far as percentages. I'm just going to hide that at the very bottom, so that way there's no confusion on what we're trying to do with the strength or Metcon. You can just use that as needed, but also not only reference it, but use it to record the day's wins. So let's say, well, like tomorrow, for example, we have bowl, and there's 2 sets of 50 pull-ups put into the workout, and maybe mid-Metcon you've only done certain styles of pull-ups or certain amount of volume. So it could be good habit just to log those underneath the pull-ups at the bottom of the workout page. But always just make sure that you note the scaling option, and if you didn't do it RX, then don't mark those things as RX. So yeah, just kind of come up with a little system that way. So I'm going to run over programming for this week, and we'll kind of go from there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed last week's workouts. We have wrapped up the month of August. As far as total running volume, that's honestly very hard to track, just because you guys showed up for the running workouts here that we programmed for you, and that was huge. I've heard a lot of people just say that they feel more comfortable with it. Lots of new PRs with that 1 mile run a couple weeks ago, and just kind of embracing it, just because throughout the summer, that's really our big window of opportunity to work on that kind of stuff. And in programming, typically, especially in Midwest, we have pretty nasty winters, I would say. So between late October, November, and end of February-ish, we usually don't program a lot of running. So it's nice that we've had this focus for the last couple months. That way, in the winter, we'll still program it and we'll still get out and run on the nicer days, but mostly we'll be doing a lot of our conditioning via rowing, biking, double unders, burpees, all the stuff that you love. So let's get into it. Monday, we do have 1 class available on Monday, and we are doing bowl is the name of the workout. We have done that a couple times at CrossFit West Des Moines, so we'll be going at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow if you're watching this on Sunday. And bowl is 2 rounds for time of 200 double unders, 50 overhead squats, 50 pull-ups, and a 1 mile run. All right, so don't get intimidated by that 1 mile run. You've seen it in programming a lot. Depending on the day, you can always just scale that movement into something else. You could cut it in half. You can share it with another movement. You can do half row, half run, or whatever you really need to do. It was just like last week when there's a running workout, and I knew my ankle that day just was feeling not great. So just scale it to a bike. Totally okay. I want you to do that. If it's pain oriented, if you're in the middle of like a prehab season of running or any movement really, just switch it. You know, if it's not pain oriented and you just really don't like the movement, then that's a good scenario where it's like, don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't look at it as a big 1 mile. Maybe that's where you scale the distance down. Maybe that's where you go hybrid and you share it with another movement. So anyway, 2 rounds of those. I put in some scaling notes on the bottom, but we are looking to probably finish that workout in 35 to 45 minutes. Also on Monday, I put in for accessory work, it's a GOAT analysis sheet, essentially. And GOAT is greatest opportunity of all time. So not greatest of all time, but when we're talking about weaknesses and accessory work, your greatest opportunity of all time. So I highly suggest you click that link that I gave you and you look at that document, you read it, and at some point during this week, this is my challenge to you, is I want you to just note what it is in those areas that you struggle with. All right, I elaborated a lot more in that document if you want to click on it. And there's some resources in there that can help you paint a picture around that. Even if you just started CrossFit or if you've been doing it for 6 to 12 months, that doesn't matter. Even if you're the most elite athlete, and I do this regularly. I do this all the time. I'm asking myself, what can I get out of this workout? What is this in this movement specifically? It can be that one movement that day. And this movement, where am I weak at? Because if I emphasize trying to correct it in that session, you're naturally going to grow and grow and grow inside of that. So you can do it daily, which is a great practice, but you can also do that more on like a quarterly basis. So the template I gave you is more so to evaluate yourself almost like on a quarterly basis. Set a goal or 2, at the very, very most 2. And normally that's confusing. So just set one goal that you're going to work on for a while and try to habitualize it, or recruit some help. You know, if you need some skill sessions, personal training, nutrition, focus, whatever it is, that's what our coaches are here for. All right, so that's Monday. I know I'm already talking a lot, but that's just how excited I am for those 2 things. You know, it's got a hero workout. It's a holiday. I want you to come in and enjoy that. I want you to scale it to your ability, but I also want you to start reflecting on some of those weaker areas of your development. And you'll see that I have like 7 different areas that you can focus on. So getting into Tuesday, we have weighted dips or just ring dips. Either way, whether you weight them or not. We have 4 sets of 5 ring dips, and then you're going to superset that with some core work, something to work on your hip flexor endurance, and then some hollow holds. So that should be pretty fun. I'm really excited about the Metcon that day. So again, this is Tuesday. The Metcon is a continuous Tabata AMRAP, and for those of you who don't know or use Tabata is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So for 20 minutes, you'll be using that work rest scheme. So you'll start with 12 double dumbbell step overs, box step overs, a 400 or 350 meter row, 12 ring dips, and then 20 ab mat or GHD sit-ups. So if you get 6 dumbbell step overs done in your first 20 seconds, okay, then you're resting for 10 seconds no matter what, and then you're picking back up where you left off. Hopefully you can finish that 6, and then you'll rest. The best thing you can do is finish your set at the end of towards the end of a work session. That way you can transition during your rest session. So that's kind of a little secret, but either way, try to transition fast. So that's a 20-minute AMRAP. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. That ends up being 40 cycles of that. So hopefully you can get through about 3 or 4 rounds. Probably about 3. Accessory work for that day, got glute bridge hold, and then some booty work, basically. Banded fire hydrants, and banded hamstring curls. So take full advantage of that, of course. On Wednesday, this is kind of where we pick back up on our Olympic lifting. We have clean and jerks. It's progressive on the strength. We have just one set of 3 at 60 to 65%. So you'll warm up to that, and then you'll hit a set of 3. And then you have 2 sets of 2 reps at 70 to 75%. Okay, so just slowly building up. And then 5 sets of 1 at, I'd say, anywhere between 80 and 90% of your 1 rep max. So good time to work on consistent heavy singles. And then for your Metcon, we are going to see one of the girls this week. Her name is GWEN. GWEN, welcome to CrossFit West Des Moines. GWEN is just clean and jerks. So each time you pick up the barbell, the idea is for you not to put it down until the set is complete. This helps work on barbell cycling, but also that mental grit capacity, that feeling of like, oh, I want to put the bar down, but can't because we're going unbroken. So your first set is 15 reps, your second set is 12 reps, and your third set is 9 reps. You can rest as needed between those sets, but ideally the weight that you pick up, you should be pretty challenged to go through that unbroken on your set of 15. Even a little bit more challenged to go through that unbroken on your set of 12, and then maybe a little bit more challenged on that set of 9 because your grip's fatigued. Ideally, you're under like a moderate load, so even just trying to hold on to it for that long could be really hard. So that'll be a fun one, pretty interesting. Moving on to Thursday, a lot of kettlebell work, but mostly for the sake of just practicing kettlebell like flowing mechanics, especially for the strength. So Thursday, we got strength, 3 sets. Start light and just work to moderate. It's going to be 10 alternating kettlebell swings. So that's like a right arm swing, and you catch it in midair, you switch to the left, back to the right. So you got 10 of those. Then you'll go to 5 goblet squats. So on that last swing, ideally you just kind of post up, squat, and then you go right back to the hang, and you do 5 kettlebell cleans on one side, and then 5 on the other, and then 5 goblet squats again, and then 5 kettlebell presses overhead. You can do shoulder press, you can do push press, whatever you want. So 3 sets on that. The Metcon, I get amped up for some of these things because sometimes it's just because I've never seen anything like it. Other times, maybe because I know it's going to be really challenging. And other times because I think it's going to surprise you. So I'll let you take a pick at which one this is. But we have our Metcon on Thursday. It is a 100 meter single arm kettlebell front rack carry. So kettlebell will be resting here, and ideally you do this with good mechanics, as heavy as possible. You're going to walk it out 100 meters. Then you're going to run back. You're going to grab your other kettlebell, and you're going to go another 100 meters. Then you're gonna run back and you'll rest for a minute. Okay, during that minute of rest, you're gonna pick up your medicine ball and you're gonna shuttle run 25 meters out, 25 meters back, and then 50, 50, 75, 75, and then 50, 50, and then 25, 25. Okay, all supposed to be done with the med ball. So that is its own little section, and after that you'll rest for another minute. And then you'll kind of repeat the first part. You'll run down and grab your kettlebell, walk it back, then you'll run down and grab your other kettlebell, walk it back, and that will be your time. Fun! I know. All right, and then Friday we have snatch work. This is also one of those I am super pumped about. Do not miss Friday if you want to work on your snatch, because there is about 23-ish minutes of just singles. One rep, one rep, one rep, one rep. So here we go. So 10 sets, you'll do it every 30 seconds. These are meant to be pretty light, of just a barbell snatch, ideally a squat snatch, but you can power snatch or squat snatch. So within the first 5 minutes, you got 10 reps, just going singles. You'll increase every basically every minute on the minute, you'll increase in weight. And then for the next 6 minutes, every minute on the minute, you'll just do one rep, and that's working between 70 and 80%. Again, increasing every 2 rounds. Yep, it's probably pretty confusing. But then you're gonna go every 2 minutes, do a single rep for 4 sets. And that's when you're gonna be establishing either a current 1 rep max, or just really playing around with that 90 to 100% intensity zone of your snatch. So 4 reps there, that's gonna be a super good opportunity to feel out those mechanics that you were previously working on in the last few sets and go from there. All right, that's our strength. And then the Metcon is 2 sets of a 3-minute AMRAP. And then you're gonna rest for 3 minutes after that's over. So 3-minute AMRAP. You have a 10 or 8 calorie ski, and then you have a 10 or 8 calorie bike, and then you have a 10 or 8 calorie row. Back to back to back. That's all needs to be done within that 3 minutes. And for the remaining time, you're gonna do max burpees to a 6-inch target. So jumping up to the pull-up bar. All right, again, rest 3 minutes and then repeat that again. Just a 3-minute AMRAP. Just max burpees at the end of it. So it's key to really dial in your transitions there, but you're also only working for 3 minutes. So you don't want to go 100% on the ski bike row, but you do want to be going like 90 to, I'd say 95%. All right. So enjoy that for sure. And then last but not least, Saturday, we have our outdoor workout. Picking up on Gray's Lake workout this week. And if you don't know where Gray's Lake is, it's downtown Des Moines. It's a lake in the middle of the downtown, essentially. And it's a 2-mile track around it. So that day, our objective is to run Gray's Lake, but we'll have 5 small events, or small like stations, where there's a Metcon input into those little areas. So what we've done in the past is event 1, it's 100 walking lunges once you get onto the bridge. Event 2 has been 3 rounds of 25 sit-ups, 25 up-downs, a lot of core work there. Event 3 has been 5 rounds of 10 push-ups and 20 mountain climbers. Just a ton of time under tension for the shoulders there. Event 4, and this is getting pretty close to the finish line, is 1 round, 30 burpees, 60 air squats, and then the last one, right before the finish line, is a 50-foot handstand walk. Or I think we do a 100-foot bear crawl. So Always cool. I'm gonna look up the weather really quick. All right, cool. For Saturday, our weather, like we're looking at 64 degrees and slightly cloudy. No precipitation in the forecast. So that's gonna be a lot better than last year's kind of environmental standards, because it was hot. I remember taking my shirt, putting it in the lake, and just like continuously wringing it out over myself. Everybody was trying to find shade after the workout. It was awesome. It was so cool. All right. Well, that's our week this week. Again, I apologize about last week, and sorry that I took so long on this one, but hey, if you listened, you're gonna get stuff out of it. If you're listening to these, I know that you are either needing an extra push to get motivated to go to the workouts, or you're already that motivated to go to the workouts and you want to just hear my little spin on it. Either way, I mean, if you see me, I walk in here, I just get pumped up to do these workouts. Really lean on that document for tomorrow on the goat work. I think that just by reading it and asking yourself that question, I feel like you're going to grow tremendously from it. So, all right, team, I will catch up with you next week. We'll go over any new members that we have from the last 6 weeks or so, and some recent PRs that people have hit that I want to kind of celebrate. And something that I just worked on not too long ago was I listed out all the members in the gym and how many classes you've been to. You ready to hear that? You want that information? I think that's super valuable information, because what ends up happening is those who show up more often, their frequency's higher over a set amount of time, they're the ones that get the results. So if attendance is your issue, set a goal. That's your GOAT. Attendance is your GOAT. Because just by getting here, you're going to become more familiar and you're going to start developing all those areas that we're talking about. If it's composition, but if it's body composition, that's a GOAT that can improve your gymnastics, improve your aerobic capacity, improve your flexibility. It can improve your endurance. So just by focusing on that one thing, So anyway, I'm gonna get this thing uploaded and I'll see you soon. Love, peace.